IU basketball vs South Carolina score stats. Highlights, recap of Indiana's 87-71 win. The Indiana men's basketball team improved to 3-0 with an 87-71 win over South Carolina on Saturday. Miles Rice's 23 points led IU. Mackenzie Mbako contributed 17 points and 7 rebounds. Malik Renault had 13 points, while Kenan Carlisle put up 12 points. Oumar Ballo had 7 points and 13 boards. Indiana stays unbeaten with win over South Carolina. The Hoosiers never trailed in this one. Miles Rice led the way with 23 points. IU shot 51% from the field and 47% from three-point range. Indiana 87, South Carolina 71. Indiana extends lead to double digits vs South Carolina. 1:58 left 2. Indiana is keeping its distance with free throws. Mackenzie Mbako and Oumar Ballo both hit back-to-back free throws for the Hoosiers. Indiana 79, South Carolina 68. South Carolina cuts into Indiana's lead. 3:44 left 2H. The Gamecocks have cut down the Hoosiers' lead to 9 points. Time isn't on South Carolina's side, but there are still over 3 minutes left in regulation. Indiana 73, South Carolina 64. IU basketball in control against South Carolina. 7:36 left. Indiana hasn't trailed today. 4 players have scored in double digits for the Hoosiers. Miles Rice with 19, Mackenzie Mbako with 15, Malik Renault with 13, and Kenan Carlisle with 12. Indiana 69, South Carolina 55. Indiana leads South Carolina by 15 in the second half. 11:51 left 2H. Indiana isn't slowing down in the second half. The Hoosiers lead the Gamecocks by 15. Indiana 59, South Carolina 44. Indiana extends its lead over South Carolina, 16:44 left 2H. Malik Renault and Kenan Carlisle opened the second half with three-pointers. Carlisle's shot wasn't meant to be a three, but it worked out anyway for IU and Carlisle. Indiana 49, South Carolina 35. Indiana basketball leads South Carolina at halftime. In the first half, Miles Rice scored 17 points and grabbed 4 rebounds. Mackenzie Mbako contributed 12 points and 4 rebounds. IU shot 52% from the field while South Carolina was at 36%. Indiana 43, South Carolina 32. Indiana basketball vs South Carolina time today. Date, Saturday, November 16. Time, 3 p.m. ET. Location, Simon Scott Assembly Hall in Bloomington. What channel is Indiana vs South Carolina game on today? Streaming, Peacock, subscribe today. Radio, 105.1 FM in Bloomington, 93.1 FM in Indianapolis. Sirius XM Channel 998, Varsity Network. Indiana vs South Carolina will steam on Peacock. Paul Burmeister, Robbie Hummel, and Caroline Pineda will serve as announcers. Streaming options for the game Peacock, subscribe today. IU basketball vs South Carolina prediction. Zach Osterman, Indiana 77-65. Closer than the final score suggests, but not by much. The Gamecocks, whatever their success last year, don't look the part right now. North Florida beat them up on the glass in an upset win that suggested preseason analytics were right to push USC down near the foot of their conference. Indiana carries forward the good of the second half against Eastern Illinois and wins. Indiana basketball betting odds. ESPN's matchup predictor gives Indiana a 70.2% chance of winning. Indiana basketball schedule. All times ET. Wednesday, IU 80, SIU Edwardsville 61. Sunday, IU 90, Eastern Illinois 55. November 16, Saturday, versus South Carolina, 3 p.m. Peacock. November 21, Thursday, versus UNC Greensboro, 6:30 p.m. FS1. November 27, Wednesday, versus Louisville at Battle for Atlantis in Paradise Islands, Bahamas, noon, ESPN.